art friends, I hope you have a lot of fun with this video. These are my top 5 favorite lessons of 2023. Hey art friends, today we are going to draw a beach sunset.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun and we hope you're excited and you're gonna follow along with us. You need your drawing supplies and some paper. You ready to start?
Yes.
Now the actual supplies that we're using are our Art for Kids Hub alcohol-based black marker. This is just to draw the frame, but you could also skip this step and just color the entire paper with the beach sunset. For the main part of our lesson, we're using our Art for Kids Hub gel crayons. This is a 24 set and I love using gel crayons. They're so much fun to blend with. And that's what we're doing in this lesson. We're gonna blend the sunset with yellows, oranges, and red, and even purple. But if you don't have this set, don't worry. That's okay. You could use a different gel crayon set. You could also use something completely different like colored pencils or even oil pastels. All right, let's start. Let's first use our marker to draw a frame around our paper. And again, remember you can leave this part off and just fill in your entire paper. So I'm gonna try to keep this distance around the whole paper. I'm gonna turn it sideways, draw down this way until we go all the way around our paper. I also like doing this because I think the drawings look really cool with a white frame. Almost makes it look like a painting. Good job, keep going, you have one more line. You did it. We're first using our yellow gel crayon. We're gonna draw the horizon, and I'm gonna draw it kind of towards the bottom, not right in the middle of the paper. So we're just gonna draw a straight line across. Now let's draw the sun. We're gonna draw half of a circle right in the middle of our paper. Now we're ready to color. Let's first start at the bottom of the horizon, or right at the horizon, and we're gonna color up towards the top of our paper. And I'm gonna color maybe to there, maybe halfway up. And we're gonna do this all the way across, but we're also leaving the sun white because it's super hot and really bright. The next color we're using is our lighter orange color. And let's start maybe about here. And we're gonna color solid as we work our way down this time. And we're gonna overlap on top of the yellow. I'm gonna do the same thing all the way across. So we're gonna press really hard all the way across and then all the way down to where you start overlapping the yellow. And then as you go past the yellow, we're gonna press lighter and lighter until we're hardly pressing down at all. And you should just barely be able to see the orange when you get down to about here. And then we want that yellow to just be solid yellow below it. Now let's switch back to our yellow crayon and we're gonna blend the yellow into the orange and make it smoother. So when we go back over it, you can see some of that texture starts disappearing and it blends softer and smoother. This is why it's so fun to use these gel crayons. It's a lot like using oil pastels. So if you're familiar with how that feels or how to use oil pastels, these are a lot like that. It's fun too because these have a plastic handle or plastic body to the crayon, and so it doesn't get your hands as messy as using oil pastels. Also, when you need more crayon, you can twist the bottom and the crayon will come out further. That's looking really cool, Teryn.
Thanks.
Now let's switch to our darker orange. And we're gonna start up here and I'm gonna press really firm here. And then we're gonna color it solid all the way down to where the other orange starts. And then press lighter and fade out and blend it into that lighter orange. This is almost basically just a red color. Go ahead and keep going. I'm gonna switch now to the actual red color and I'm gonna press really firm here and then fade out into the orange. Now let's switch to our purple and this is gonna make it look even cooler. We're gonna start at the very top, press firmly so that it's nice and solid. And then as we go down into the red, press lighter and lighter. So you should have this really nice gradation from purple at the very top to red, and then into orange, and then finally to the yellow. We did it, we finished the sky. Now let's switch to the ocean or the water. And I'm gonna use my yellow crayon, and we're gonna first color the sun. And this is the reflection, and we don't want it to look like a circle. We wanna make the waves, so I'm kind of making it a zigzag line. Yeah, and you can even make it a little wider on the left and also on the right, but you also don't want to go past the sun. So we can make this zigzag line that comes down into the water. It's almost like the sun is melting into the water. Now let's switch to our orange. This is the lighter orange, and we're going to color the water. And I'm going to start at the horizon, and we're just coloring it solid. We're not going to do any gradation. And we'll color in between the little zigzag lines for the sun, that reflection that's melting into the water. And then we'll come out and just color it solid. And we don't have to go all the way down because we're also going to add the black silhouette of the sand. So maybe I'll stop about here and then color all the way to the edge. Then let's switch to the darker orange, and we're going to add just a little gradation starting at the bottom. So we can press really firm at the bottom and then lightly towards the top as you get towards the horizon. And I'm going to do the same over here. You could also add little texture lines for the waves if you want. You could press really hard out here, and you can put in little wave lines too if you want. For the last step, we're going to use our black crayon to add the silhouette. First, let's draw the beach. I'm going to draw a wavy, kind of wiggly line that comes down in the middle and then maybe back up on the sides. And then I'm going to color below that line solid black. That part we sped up, so remember to pause the video if you need extra time. Now we're going to go crazy. Let's add a palm tree. We're going to start here, and we're going to draw a curve that just comes right up past the horizon. And you can make this curve any way you want. You could also add as many palm trees as you want. I'm going to make it thicker towards the bottom. So I'm going to add another line next to it, but wider at the bottom. Oh, we could even, I'm going to draw another palm tree. Maybe this one's shorter though on the other side, but we'll still make it thicker towards the bottom. Cool. That looks really awesome.
Thanks.
Now let's add the palm leaves. Let's draw a curve that comes down. And then we can just add a messy zigzag line for the texture or the outside of the leaf. I'm going to draw on both sides. We can also draw, let's add a lot more leaves. I'm going to draw another one, but this one I'm going to leave the top smooth or curved like that. And then we'll just add the texture lines going down the side. So this is more of a side view of our palm leaf. And then let's do the same thing, maybe going the other way too. And that zigzag line down. And don't worry about making your palm tree look exactly like mine. It's okay to change it. You can add more leaves. Oh, I'm going to add, let's add 2 more leaves. Oh, I love drawing silhouettes too. They're so fun. Now I'm going to add leaves to the other tree also, and we'll just repeat the same steps. So we'll draw a curve first for the shape of the leaf, and then you can add the outside zigzag line and add as many leaves as you want. You could also even add other things. What else could they add to their drawings?
A bird.
Oh, we need lots of seagulls. We should definitely do that. What else could they add?
People.
Oh yeah, you could add people down here. You could also draw a boat. You could add surfers. Oh, you could even draw a surfboard stuck in the sand. Or you could even draw a guard shack. That would be really cool. I'm gonna add the birds next. I'm gonna just draw 2 little bumps like that. And you can change what direction the birds are flying. So I'm kind of tipping them. You could draw them a little bit bigger. Maybe the ones that are bigger are closer to you. And then maybe the ones that are really small are far away. Oh, this is looking so cool. Do you want to add birds to yours also?
Yeah.
I think the birds are really fun. Yeah, there you go. And we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our beach sunsets, and yours turned out perfect. I especially love how yours looks.
Thanks, I love how yours looks too.
Ah, thanks. Remember, you can add even more things to your drawing, like boats, or even more animals or people. You could also even add surfboards. I think that would be really cool if they were stuck in the sand.
We hope you had fun drawing a beach sunset with us.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye. Hey art friends, today we're doing another Valentine's lesson. We hope you're going to follow along. What are we drawing?
A kitten cupid.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You need your drawing supplies. You need markers or something to draw with. Also some
paper and something to color with.
Yeah, and we're using markers to color with at the end, so we're also using marker paper to draw on. You ready to start?
Yes.
Let's first draw the nose for our little kitten. Right here in the middle of our paper, I'm going to draw it about this big, kind of small actually. And then we're going to draw the top of the little nose. And then let's color in that little upside down triangle. And we're going to draw the mouth next. We're going to draw a little guide point just below the nose. And then we're going to draw a U shape. But watch this. I'm going to draw it kind of tall. So it comes down a little ways. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, that's so we can make the little mouth look like it's hanging onto an envelope of Valentine's. We're going to draw a line coming straight out from the left side and then also straight out to the right side. And then let's draw two lines that come down for the side of the envelope. And we want these to match on both sides. Well, I'm going to make it a little taller too. There we go. And then we're going to connect the bottom together. Then let's draw a little heart in the middle. I'm going to draw two guide points to start the heart. And we're going to draw a curve coming out of the top guide point, around, and then straight into the bottom one. And then let's do the same thing on the right side. Curve around, and then straight in and connect to the bottom. Okay, now let's draw the rest of the envelope. We're going to start up here in the corner, and we're going to draw a diagonal line that connects to the heart. Then let's do the same thing on the right side. And then we're going to do the same from the bottom corner to the heart on each side. We did it. There's our little Valentine's envelope. Now let's draw the eyes for our little kitten. We're going to draw big, giant eyes. So I'm going to start here and draw a big circle. That's really big. Kittens have really big eyes. Let's draw the same size circle over here for the other eyes. So I'm going to start in the same place. We're going to draw a circle to match. And that's okay if they're slightly different. Now let's draw the pupils and also the iris. We're going to start in the middle and we'll draw an oval shape. Our kittens are going to look a little cross-eyed. And then we're going to draw that same oval shape over here, but on the other side. Then let's draw another curve that comes around for the iris, or the colored part of our kitten's eye, on each side. Next, let's draw a little oval in the top left of the pupil. And then we can do the same thing over here. This is for the little highlight. And then we can also color in the pupil black, but leave that little oval white. Next, let's draw our kitten's head. We'll start here next to the eye. I'm going to draw a curve that comes down, and we can do the same thing on the other side too. And then let's draw a zigzag line right here. And then I'm going to draw a curve that connects to the envelope. And I drew 3 little zigzags. You could draw more or less. I'm going to draw another one over here. So we'll draw 3 little zigzags and then a curve into the envelope. Okay, now let's draw the top of our little cat's head. I'm going to leave a little space here, and we're going to draw a curve that comes over to the other side and then leave a little space over here too. Now let's draw our kitten's ears. We'll draw a curve that comes out and another curve that matches on this side. And then let's draw a curve from the top down to the cheek on each side. And then right here, let's draw another curve inside, and then we can draw zigzags that come down and connect to the outside of the ear. And then let's do the same thing over here. We'll draw a curve down, and then we can draw zigzags that connect into the other side of the ear. Oh, let's add whiskers too. I'm going to draw 3 little lines coming out of the cheek. And the middle one I drew a little bit longer. And then let's match those 3 little whiskers on the other side too. Next, let's draw our little cat's paws. I'm going to start next to the envelope or right on the corner of the envelope. I'm going to come around like this and then back up, and I didn't connect on the inside. And then we can do the same thing over here for the right paw, curve around to match, and then back up. Then let's draw 2 little lines for the paws on each foot. And then let's draw the body next. I'm going to start here. We'll draw a curve that comes down and then into the paw. Let's do the same little raindrop shape on this side too. We'll come down, out, and then curve in at the very bottom. And then in between the paws, let's imagine this line going through and connecting for the bottom of the body. And then let's also draw a tail. I'm going to start here and draw a curve that comes up. Then let's draw another curve right next to it that matches. And at the very top, we could draw an upside down U to connect those 2 lines together. What's our little kitten cupid missing?
Wings.
Yeah, wings. Let's start right here, and we'll draw a curve that comes out underneath the head on each side. And then we're going to draw a curve that comes around for the first feather, and we can match on this side too. I like that your tail is a little longer than mine and you're overlapping. So this line could go behind the tail and actually come out right here. That makes it a little more tricky though. We're going to draw the next feather right below it. And I'm going to draw it a little smaller. And on this side, mine's going to overlap too because of the tail. I'm going to imagine it going through and then coming back in. And then let's add one last feather at the very bottom. And then sometimes cupids are wearing diapers or shorts. So let's draw a little curve right here. And I'm going to match that same curve here. And then see these paws. I'm going to draw the inside line coming up a little closer to the envelope. And then I'm going to imagine the diaper or short line coming through behind the paws and then connecting to match. We did it! We finished drawing our kitten Cupid. It looks really cute, except it's going to look even better once we
color it.
Yes, my favorite part. We are going to fast forward, so remember to pause the video at the end to match your same coloring. You ready to fast forward?
Yes.
We did it! We finished drawing and coloring our cute little Cupid kittens, and they turned out awesome. I especially love yours.
Oh, thanks.
You can pause the video right now if you want to match our same coloring. You could also color your drawings any way you want. And we also used our Art for Kids Hub alcohol-based markers. If you have the same set, we used 2 grays for our kitten. We used a light gray and also a dark gray. What are those colors?
WG5 and WG3.
Yeah, the WG5 is the darker one, and we use that for the stripes, and WG3 we use for the main body. Then we also used the pink 311 for the inside of the ears, and red 15 for the heart, and a light blue 182 for the shading on the wings and also the little diaper. On mine, I colored the eyes green, and I used 2 greens, a dark green 54 and a light green 59. And on yours, used a blue color.
Number 66.
Yeah, and you could also add a background. You could draw more kittens, or even maybe your kitten is sitting on a cloud. I especially love that you can't see the kitten's back paws because they're tucked underneath the diaper.
We hope you had fun drawing your kitten cupids.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and we'll see you later, our friends.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey art friends, today we are drawing a corgi cupid.
Yeah, we hope you're going to follow along. It's going to be a lot of fun. You need your drawing supplies. We're going to use markers. You also need some
Paper and something to color with.
Yeah, we're using markers to color with at the end, so we're also using marker paper to draw on. Okay, you ready to start?
Yes.
Let's first draw our corgi's nose in the middle of our paper, but I'm going to draw it a little higher, but in the middle. So it's not, yeah, it's higher this way, but in the middle this way. And then we can draw a little circle inside and color in the oval, but leave that little highlight white. Then let's draw the snout. We're just going to draw a little curve that goes over the nose and down. Then we're going to draw a circle over here for one eye, and then the same size circle on the right for the other eye. And then let's do the same thing we did for the nose. Let's add a smaller circle in the top left for the little highlight or reflection, and this is to make the eyes look shiny. Then let's draw the mouth. We're going to start here right below the nose and add a little guide point in the middle. And then we're going to draw a U that comes out to the left and also another one that comes out to the right. Then let's draw a letter U for the tongue. And we can also draw the top of the tongue to connect. And then let's draw the mouth open. So we're going to draw a curve that comes down and connects to the tongue on each side. Then we can color in this shape, but leave the tongue white. There's our corgi's face. Now we're ready to draw the shape of the head. Let's start over here. We're going to draw the side of the head coming down on each side. So I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side too. So two curves coming down. Yeah. And then on the bottom of each of these curves, we're going to draw a zigzag line for the little fur sticking out on the cheek. I also drew it kind of angled this way. Yeah, and then let's do that same zigzag on the other side. I love yours. Now let's draw a curve underneath to connect the bottom of those two zigzags, the cheeks, for the chin. Nice. Now let's draw the top of the head, and we're going to leave a little space on each side. So we're not going to connect it completely. Let's start here. We'll draw a curve that goes over the top of the eyes, and then we're going to come back down, but remember to leave a little space on both sides. Yeah, now let's draw the ears. We're going to start right above the little space, and we're going to draw a curve that comes out to the left, and then we'll do the same thing on the right side. And corgis have really big ears. Yeah, there you go. And this one could come out a little bit more just to match the other side. There you go. And then we're going to draw a curve that comes down and connects into the cheek. Yes, and then the same thing on the other side. Come all the way down and connect to the cheek. Now let's draw the inside of our corgi's ear. I'm going to start here. We're going to draw a curve, but watch this. We get a little further away, and we're going to leave a space. Yeah, and then we're going to draw the letter M or just two zigzags for the little fur inside the ear. And then we're going to draw a curve that comes down and connects to the outside of the ear. Then let's do the same thing on this side. We'll try to match on the right side. So we'll draw that first curve. Then we'll draw the letter M or two zigzags, and then a curve to connect to the outside of the ear. We did it. There's our corgi's head. Well, it'll look more like a corgi once we color it, but let's move on to the body. And we're going to draw a heart first that our corgi is hanging onto. So we're going to come straight below the tongue and below the chin, and we're going to draw a guide point right there. Then we're gonna come down a little bit further and draw another guide point. This is for our heart. So we're gonna start here at this top guide point. We're gonna draw a curve that comes out to the left. We're gonna curve around, and then when we get to here, we're gonna come straight into the bottom. Yeah, and then try to match that same curve on the right side. So we'll come up to the same height, curve around, and then when we get to here, straight in. And that's okay if they look a little different on each side. We did it, there's our cute little heart. Next, let's draw the arms or the legs hanging on to the heart. We're gonna start here on the chin, and we're gonna draw a curve down to the heart. And watch this, we're gonna curve around and then back like that. So go through the heart and then a little U shape inside the heart. And then let's do that same curve over here on this side. We'll curve down and then around for the little paw inside the heart. Then we could draw two little paw lines on the end of each hand. Let's also connect the arms into the head on each side. Now we're ready to draw the body and also the back legs. We're going to draw two lines that come down a little bit further on each side. And then we're going to draw the bottom of our corgi's body right here. So a little curve underneath the heart. And then we're going to draw the paws, the back paws. We're going to curve around like this and then into the body. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Curve around, and we're trying to match so it looks the same on both sides. And then let's draw two little paw lines at the bottom of each foot. What's our corgi cupid missing?
Wings.
Yeah, wings, so our corgi can fly. Let's draw a little curve that comes out to the left on each side. And then we're gonna draw another curve that comes in, but we're not gonna go all the way in. And we could draw the same thing on the other side to try to match the two wings together. Then we're gonna draw another feather that comes out, but it's a little smaller than the first one. And then let's draw one more down here at the bottom to connect into the body. We did it, Teryn. We finished drawing our cute corgi cupid. That's kind of hard to say.
It is.
Yeah, except we're not completely done.
Still need to color it.
Yeah, this part will fast forward, but at the end you can pause the video to match our same coloring. You ready to fast forward?
Yes.
Before we fast forward, we picked out the colors, and we're using our Art for Kids hub markers. If you have the same set, we're using 23 orange. This is the main color for our corgi. Then we're also using 311 for the inside the ears. It's kind of a light pink color. 182 is light blue for the wings, and also 15 red for the heart and tongue. Now before we fast forward also, I want to show our art friends how we're going to color the face. So we're using our 23 orange. It's okay if you don't have the same set. If you have other alcohol-based markers, we're just using an orange. You could also use a colored pencil or even crayons or oil pastels. Okay, let's start up here at the top of the head, and we're going to draw two lines that come down to the nose. So we're going to start here, and we're going to come straight down and connect to the nose on each side of the nose. Then right here on the snout, we're going to draw, we'll follow the Sharpie all the way over around the mouth like this, and then we're going to curve right at the end into the cheek. And then we can do that same thing over here on this side. Curve down and then into the cheek. Yeah, and then also let's come down here. We're going to draw a little white belly. So I'm going to draw the letter U underneath the heart. So the belly will be white, and also inside of here, so a little stripe down the snout. And then let's also add a little curve at the bottom of each leg. We're going to leave the paws white too. Okay, now we're ready to fast forward. We did it! We finished drawing and coloring our cute little corgis. Now they look like corgis all colored in.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope our friends will color their drawings also.
Yeah, you can match our same coloring, or you can color it differently. You could even add a background, maybe more hearts or even more corgi cupids. We also used a white colored pencil to add a highlight to the tongue and also the heart. The last thing I did was use the Sharpie to make the outline thicker, just to make it pop more. But you can leave that off just to keep the lesson more simple.
We hope you had fun drawing corgi cupids.
Yeah, and remember, it's okay if your drawings look different than ours. Both of our drawings turned out different, but they turned out awesome. The most important thing is
To have fun and to practice.
yes, remember to have fun and practice, and we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.
Hey art friends, today we are going to draw a bunny cake pop.
Yeah, it's going to be really cute and super tasty. We hope you're going to follow along with us. You need your drawing supplies. We're going to use markers, but you can use whatever you have at home or in the classroom. You also need some
Paper and something to color with.
Yep. You ready to start?
Yes.
Cake pops are round, so let's draw a circle first, right in the middle of our paper. So I'm going to start right here and draw a circle about this size. And if you want, you could draw with a template so that you draw a perfect circle, but I really like practicing. And I love how big you drew your circle. That's a bigger cake pop. And now I'm hungry. I wish we had cake pops this big.
Me too.
Okay. Let's draw the stick for our cake pop. We're going to draw one line down from the middle. And I'm going to leave a little space. I'm actually going to draw kind of a thick stick for the cake pop because it's blown out. It's so big. There you go. What should we draw next on our cake pop?
Bunny ears.
Yeah, let's turn it into an Easter cake pop. We're going to draw one ear like this. We'll come up, around, back down. And then we'll draw that same upside down U for the other ear. Yes. Okay, then we can draw the inside. I'm going to draw the same U shape, but watch this. I'm drawing it kind of close to the other one, but smaller. And then we'll do the same thing over here. There we go. Now let's add more decorations. We could even add little drips down here. I'm going to draw a wavy line that comes across the bottom of our cake pop. Maybe we got pink frosting down here and white frosting up here on top. Let's add a little nose. And then let's also add the mouth. I'm going to draw a U shape like this and also one that comes out this way. Let's make these thicker so that it looks like frosting. So I'm going to draw another line to thicken up that line on both sides of the mouth. Now let's add the eyes. I'm going to draw a little circle on the left and a circle on the right. And let's add a little circle for the highlight in the top left and color in the big circle, but leave that little circle white so the eyes look shiny. We did it! We finished drawing our cake pops. Well, we're not completely done.
We still need to color it.
Yeah, this part we'll fast forward again, so remember to pause the video if you want to match our coloring at the very end. You could also color your cake pops any way you want. All right, you ready to fast forward?
Yes.
We did it! We finished drawing and coloring our bunny cake pops, and they turned out perfect.
Yeah, I especially like how they look colored in.
Yeah, me too. I hope our art friends will color their drawings too. You can change the colors and also change the flavor. You could also add little extra details like a bow or a bow tie.
Or even sprinkles.
Yeah, you could also even add more cake pops in the background.
We hope you had fun drawing your bunny cake pops.
And we hope you take extra time to color your drawings and add more decorations. And we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.
Bye. Hey art friends, today we are going to draw the beach.
Yeah, we hope you're going to follow along because art is always better with
Friends.
yeah, friends like you. You need your drawing supplies. We're going to use markers, but you can use whatever you have. You also need some
Paper and something to color with.
Yeah, you ready to start?
Yes.
Let's first draw a frame around our paper. You could leave the frame off if you want to cover the entire paper, but this also makes the drawing a little bit smaller so you don't have to fill the entire paper. So I'm going to draw a line straight down and see the distance right here. I'm going to try to match that distance all the way around the paper. Yeah, And I think it's a little easier if you turn your paper and then pull the line towards your body. And then we're going to stop and try to use your eyes to measure the distance. And then we're going to flip our paper again and then pull this line towards us. And if you want, you could use a ruler too. That would make this step a little bit easier. And you can measure it, make it just the way you want it, or perfect. I'm going to draw this line straight across and connect it over here. Yeah. Perfect. You did it. Let's start by adding a palm tree coming out from the side. So we're going to draw a curve, and we're going to curve it to the edge or the frame of the paper. And then we're going to draw another curve right next to it that matches. But towards the bottom, I'm going to get a little further away and flare it down here. Yes, and then we're going to draw the palm leaves. We're going to draw a curve that comes out and down. And then we're going to draw the other side of the palm leaves. I'm going to draw the kind of a zigzag line that comes back up to the top. And you can make it messy. You don't have to worry about making it look exactly like mine. We're going to make it look natural. Okay, now let's add another palm leaf. I'm going to draw a curve coming down. And then we can also add those zigzag lines going back up. And if you want, you could also add a zigzag line on the other side. So this leaf looks like we're looking at the side, and then this we're looking at the top of the leaf. Let's add more palm leaves. Let's add a lot more. So I'm going to draw a curve coming up to the left, and then we can add the zigzag line coming up to the end. Well, I'm going to add even more. I'm going to add this one. And you can also overlap the leaves. See how this one, I'm just going to draw part of it because it's going behind the other one. Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Then let's draw palm leaves going the other way. I'm going to draw a curve coming up to the right, and then we can draw that zigzag line going back in. And I'm going to draw the next palm leaf down further like this. And then we can draw the zigzag line on one side and then also on the other side. I really like drawing plants and things in nature because you don't have to worry about trying to make them look perfect. You can make them look messy because then it looks more natural. Yeah. Oh, we should add some coconuts. I'm going to add a little circle right in the middle, and maybe there's another one back in between the leaf and also the trunk. And if we want, maybe we'll add even another palm leaf coming straight up like this and out to the right. And then I'm going to add the zigzag line on the side, or maybe on the other side too. Now what should we add?
The beach.
Yeah, I can't draw the beach without drawing the beach. Okay, let's add the sand. We're going to draw a curve right here. We're going to come down or out to the left like this, and maybe stop there. Then let's come back in, and we can curve back around like this, and I'm going to draw all the way to the other side. Let's add more plants on top of the sand. So I'm going to draw a bumpy line, kind of a cloud line, comes back and connects to the tree. Oh, and then also we could imagine it going behind the tree and coming up. I'm going to add another little bumpy line like this that comes up, and maybe it's behind the other one. Now let's draw the ocean and the horizon. We're going to draw a horizontal line that comes across our paper, and we're going to connect right into those plants. And then let's add more mountains, or maybe this is an island back here. We can add a little curve that comes up like this and then connects to the bushes. Or we could even add more. Maybe this is made out of lava rocks. This could be a volcano back here. I'm going to draw another one that comes up even higher and then connect to the palm tree and go past it and connect back here. We could even draw, maybe there's another kind of island that's out further like that. Now you could add even more things to your beach scene. You could add more palm trees. You could even add seagulls. You could add a sun. You could even add maybe people down here that are laying out on the beach. But I think we should leave it just like this. Oh, except we should do one more thing.
We need to color it.
Yes, my favorite part. Let's pick out the colors. We're using our Art for Kids Hub alcohol-based markers, and the first color we're using is 182. If you have the same set, you can follow along with us and use the same colors. But don't worry, you don't have to have the same set. You could use a different brand of alcohol-based markers, or you could use something completely different like colored pencils or even crayons. And this 182 is a really light blue. Let's use this for the sky. And before we color the whole sky in, let's add some cloud shapes. I'm going to draw a straight line for the bottom of the cloud, and then I'm going to draw a popcorn line on the top, and in the middle of the cloud I get higher and then come back down. Yeah, and we could also maybe add clouds that are behind the mountains in the background. We could also add clouds higher up. I'm going to overlap this one behind this leaf. This one's going to be a really big cloud. I'm going to come up high like this. And then some of the popcorn bumps or the little cloud lines can be really big. And then some of them can be small. So switch up the size of those little curves. I'm going to add another one. Maybe this one's kind of smaller like that. Ooh, and you can also even have some of the clouds going off the page, so you can only see part of it. I'm going to add another one over here that's off the page too. That looks awesome. Okay, now let's color in the sky, but leave the clouds white. This part will fast forward, so remember to pause the video and take time to color in your drawings. When we're coloring with these type of markers, it works best to color on marker paper. And this keeps your markers lasting longer, and it also allows the markers to blend a little bit better, and they also go down on the paper nicer. I feel like the colors are brighter, but my favorite part is that it keeps the markers lasting longer. You don't use as much of the marker when you're coloring on marker paper. If you're using regular paper, it sucks up the marker and dries your markers out very fast. Also, the nice thing with these markers, you can let the first layer dry, and then you can go back over it with the second layer, and it will darken. It'll make the color look darker. And you can use this if you want the top to be darker but lighter down here. I might try to do that. Start up here and then kind of fade the marker out so that it gets lighter towards the bottom. It makes it a lot easier to keep the color even if you saturate the paper. So if you put a lot of marker down and keep the marker wet, and then as you move down, when it dries, it'll look more even without texture. Now let's switch to a darker blue. This number is 66, and we're going to color the water or the ocean. And we can color the whole thing solid, or you can also try to get waves. And we can do the waves by leaving some white streaks. So I'm going to color or make little wave shapes first, and then we can color in between those. And then we just color everything solid, kind of similar to how we did the clouds. You can let the paper be the white and then color around it and fill in the water. I let that first layer dry, and now I'm going back over it to add a little darker layer at the very top. So off in the distance, the ocean is darker. Maybe that's where it's deeper. And then when it comes into the shore, it gets lighter. Now let's color the sand. We're going to use number 26. This is a light yellow, and we're going to color in the sand just solid. Now I'm using the color 100. This is a darker brown, and I'm using this to color in. This is the wet sand, so it's darker, And you can also add a little shadow. Maybe this is the palm tree shadow back here. And you could even add other kind of texture lines in the sand for, maybe these are hills in the sand. Now let's color our palm tree. We're going to use 103 for the trunk. This is a darker brown. Then we also have two greens, 46 and 59. One's lighter green and a darker green. We can also use this to color the plants. All right, let's fast forward again. I'm going back over the first layer of brown on the trunk with the fine tip. This is the same color, 103, to add texture lines on the palm tree trunk. And you can also use the same color to go down the left side and add a shadow to make the trunk look round. You're doing a great job, Teryn. Next, are you going to add the lighter green on top? Cool. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to color in the background or the stuff that's way off in the distance. And I'm going to use 182. This is the light blue that we used for the sky. And I'm going to color it in, put the first layer down. And we'll do that with all of the shapes first. Once that layer has dried, I'm going to go back over it and add a second layer to make it darker than the sky. Then I'm going to add a third layer on top of that to make it even darker. Then to make it just a little darker, I'm going to use a completely different color, 75. This is a light purple, and I'm going to layer this on top to make it look a little more different than the sky. And I think I'm just going to add it to this shape and also this one to add variety and to make it look different than the other hills. We finished drawing and coloring our beach and it turned out perfect. I especially love yours.
Thank you. I love yours too.
Oh, thanks. And I also especially love the little crab we added. You guys can pause the video right now to finish coloring your drawings or even add more things like more sea life.
But I also think it looks perfect just like this.
Yeah, me too.
We hope you had fun drawing the beach with us.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun. And remember, it's okay if your drawings look different than ours. In fact, I hope they do look different. I hope you took time to change your drawings. And the most important thing is?
To have fun and to practice.
Yes, have fun and practice. And we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.
Bye.